Welcome to the BetQL Daily Boost. I'm Lucy Burge of BetQL.com, and I am joined by Kate Constable and Rick Chapsky, and we have an NBA odds boost for all of you today on Jimmy Butler, Trae Young, and Brandon Ingram to each have over 24.5 points. This is boosted to plus 450 at Caesars. And looking at their numbers, there is a ton of value here because Butler hit this over in 2 of his last 3 games, as did Trae Young, and Brandon Ingram has hit this over in his last 3 games. So much value here.
Yeah, the Pelicans have been playing really well lately, and that's because they kind of moved Brandon Ingram around, and he's leading the point now. So his numbers have gone up significantly over the last 6 games, and they've also won their last 5 games. So I really like what's going on in New Orleans right now. Jimmy Butler, I mean, he's kind of the engine for the Miami Heat, and if he plays well, the team does well, and so I like him to have a big night tonight, especially against this Raptors team that's kind of hot and cold. And then Trae Young going up against the Cavs tonight. 28 points last outing, 29 and 30 in 3 of his last 4. And what I like about all of these players is that team-wise, they're all ranked in the top 5 in offensive rating over their last 5 games. So whatever's happening on the defensive end that's making them maybe not win some games for some of these teams, it's not the offensive end is not the issue for them. So at plus 450 at Caesars, there's a lot of value in these guys all having a big night.
Lucy, you're making me question my research because you said Brandon Ingram 3 straight. Brandon Ingram's done this in 6 straight.
6 straight. Well,
yeah,
I should have looked farther because he is tearing it up. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 29, 32, 30, 32, 26, 31.
Jeez. Well, there you go. That's why I did a double take, and I was like, plus 450 should be like plus 200, something like that. Because my God, these numbers are incredible.
Yeah, so he's been on an absolute roll, and with the Atlanta Hawks, that's the one I really want to look at with Trae Young, and they're playing Cleveland, a good defensive team. But the last time these 2 teams played each other, Young went off for 34, and they scored 136 on the Cavs, and Murray played well in that game as well, and that's what Atlanta's really had problems with, getting DeJounte Murray and Trae Young to play well together. But they did the last time the Cavs played, and like you guys have said, Young has been good, hit this number in 9 of his last 11. So come on, we need this. We had, yesterday we had Phoenix with Booker and Paul. They put up a good game. They scored a lot of points against Utah, but it was the bench that killed it. So Booker and Paul really didn't need to do much. That kind of hurt us there. But I think in these ones, the teams and the good players need to play well because all these teams need to get going for the playoffs.
Exactly. I have a great feeling about this one, so get in on that at plus 450 at Caesars, and head to BetQL.com and get your free 3-day trial today, and check out our exclusive sportsbook offers there as well. And of course, follow us on Twitter at Kate Constable, at RickCZ1, and at Lucille Burge. Our favorite bets for today, I'm sticking with the NBA, and I am going back to the Celtics. Celtics minus 11.5 against the Wizards. I think they're starting to figure this out. The Celtics are. They have covered the spread in their last 3 games and in their last 4 straight matchups against the Wizards, including back in November when they beat them 130-121. And the Wizards have failed to cover in 4 of their last 5 spreads. And Kyle Kuzma and Bradley Beal will be out for this game. So I think that's even more of a reason to take the Celtics minus 11.5 here tonight.
I'm going to stay in the NBA, Lucy. I'm going with the Oklahoma City Thunder minus 9.5, which is crazy to think that the Thunder are favored by that much, but that's where we are, and it's because they're playing the Charlotte Hornets. And yeah, the Charlotte Hornets have looked decent lately. They just beat the Mavericks twice. They've won 3 of their last 4 games, but on the road now, this is a quick 1-game road trip for Charlotte. They still have a number of players out, and Oklahoma City plays so much better at home than they do on the road. They've won and covered in each of their last 5 home games. They also rank first in the league in points off of turnovers and fast break points, and is first on the season in forcing turnovers. So if the Thunder can kind of disrupt the Hornets a little bit, force them into some mistakes, some poor decisions, they're going to be able to get a number of easy baskets in transition. They're also 23-14 against the spread at home. That's the 3rd best ATS home record of all teams in the league this season. So I will take them at minus 9.5.
I love SGA and the Oklahoma City Thunder. I hope they get in this playoff game and get some experience there. And Lucy, you're back on this Boston Celtics bandwagon here. Plus 160 to win the East. What do you think?
Ooh. Well, I already have a future on them to win the East that I bet in person, legally, in Connecticut. My first real legal bet ever was the Celtics to win the East. And I
weren't you like the first person in line? Like you cut the scissors for the sports book and they're like, Lucy
absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah. It was all about me. Yeah, so no, but I did take them to win the East. So I am all in on that one.
Very interesting. Yeah, number 2 behind the Bucks as I look at it right now. Milwaukee plus 115 and then the Celtics plus 160. So should be interesting in that one. Guys, I am going to the NIT tonight. Woo! We have another Final Four going on, and we got Wisconsin and the Mean Green of North Texas. And check out this total, 115 and a half. And I know Wisconsin plays slow, and I know North Texas plays some great defense, but this is just too low, especially for a championship semifinal type game. You're going to get into a situation late where you're going to get some fouls, and that has a good chance to just launch this over. But 115, that's like vintage Virginia from a couple of years ago when they were holding teams to like, those games were like 45-50. But yeah, one team gets in the 60s and you should be able to get this over. So I'm going over Wisconsin, North Texas, 115 and a half.
Oh, that's a great one. Absolutely get in on that and this odds boost, and subscribe to the BetQL Daily Boost wherever you get your podcast.